In this video clip, I'm going to briefly cover GCC programming in AVR. Most of you have completed either DE5405 Computer Programming 1 or MG5011 Engineering Computing last year. C programming is still very fresh to you. For those of you who didn't study these two courses, you may need to spend a little bit more time on this topic. Okay, computer languages. The first general-purpose computer, ENIAC, was built in 1946. To run a new program in this computer is not easy. You have to rewire most of the circuits. With the development of computer system, all CPUs and even the whole computer system are built in a single IC chip. The CPU can only understand binary codes. These binary codes are machine languages. This type of language is for CPU only, not for us, not for human beings. For us to understand the machine code easily, we use labels or mnemonics to represent the opcode and operands. This language is called assembly languages. Assembly language is for human beings, not for the CPU. It is a bit away from the CPU. We can use an editor to key in the program. Then we have to convert it to the machine codes so that the CPU can understand it. The software to convert the assembly language to machine codes is called assembler. Another type of languages is even closer to human beings' languages. We call these languages as high-level languages. High-level language is further away from the CPU. We use an editor to key in the source code, and then a program to check the syntax and convert it into intermediate modules, which we call object files. The program to convert the source code to object file is called compiler. We then use another program called linker to link all object files and library files all together and generate an executable file, which is the computer can execute. Before we jump into a particular language, let's look at some basic concepts on structured program. First of all, program format. When you write a program, you have to write a correct program so that the assembler or compiler can understand it and translate it into machine code. When you speak English, you must speak it correctly so that your audience can understand you. When you write a sentence in English, you must use the correct grammar. The grammar for computer language is called syntax. A correct program is a program without any syntax errors. However, a correct program might not be a good program. What is a good program? First of all, it must be a correct program, a program the assembler or compiler can convert it into machine code, which the CPU can execute it. Secondly, a good program must be read and understood easily by anyone, by yourself, by your teammates, or by your manager if you are working in a development team. How can we make it more readable? Write comments to it. Comments are for us, for human beings, not for the CPU. Use plain English or your own language. Comments will not be converted into machine code. A special block of comments is normally in the beginning of the program. We call it programmer's block. The programmer's block includes program name, developer name and the date, and some description of the program, and some other information, for example, the copyright, etc. The IDE we used creates the programmer block for us. It uses your account name as the author's name, so don't forget to change to your real name and add description of the program in. This is compulsory if your code is submitted for assessment. Now, C languages. Why is C? C language is a high-level language and also provides a lot of low-level control. It is a robust language. Actually, it is a first high-level language to write the first operating system. Portable. It is easy to move from one platform to another. You can write your C program in your Windows computer, and then your source code can be used by Mac machine. After you compile it, you can run in that machine. C language is well structured, so we'll promote modular design using functions. It's reusable. For easy programming, you can write some function for this project and then can be reused by other projects. It is very small compared to any other high-level languages program. Its source code converted to machine code. The size of the machine code is quite small. Why is this language called C? There was some interesting history here. In the alphabet, C follows B. In 1970, Bell Laboratories in the US developed a language for their own computers. They called it B language. It was very successful. After some improvement, B language could be used for other computers. It then was named as C language in 1972.